Happy birthday, Amy and Jonathan. Rachel asked us to mention our favorite memory of both of you, so here goes. For Jonathan, that's definitely when he kicked Nicole Miller and she was hiding under the blankets and she started screaming at the top of her lungs in Jamie's basement. We still laugh about that. And I'm sure Nicole is mentioning that same one right now. And for Amy, I speak to you every minute of every day. So it's hard to pick just one memory, but it has to be when you got out of the pool and you were running to get your cell phone and you tripped and fell over the float. So, happy birthday!
I would say singing duets with Jonathan in the office. Not many of you know, but he makes for a great Roger from the Broadway show Rent. And I definitely think he's got a potential career there if accounting ever fails. Another one is Dworkin Barbecue 2009. I'm actually surprised I was invited back to the Dworkin household after that. But a big thanks to Jonathan and Amy for throwing such a great party. And special thanks to your dad for dragging me off of your bathroom floor while I was passed out drunk. Being witness to Jonathan's birthday chicken telegram, it's not every day you get to see a human chicken singing happy birthday to you. Domino's pizza night for Rangers playoff games, always a good time. And Jonathan introducing me to Izu. I'm sure there's many more, but those are just a couple that stand out. Wishing you a happy birthday.
My favorite memory with Jonathan is we were running at Bobby Friedman's house and he chased me through a screen door and I flew through it and it collapsed on top of me. And my favorite memory, or not so favorite memory with Amy, is she jumped on my back at the JCC lounge and I thought that she had her legs and arms wrapped around me and she didn't, and she flew on the floor and broke her arm and then proceeded to dance like this at my bat mitzvah, and the MC made the entire party dance like that. Love you.
Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore.
So I'm going to talk about my funniest moments with Amy. As you can see, we work together. I'm in my PS69 shirt right now. And what can I say? Have a seat, sayonara, see you later, in what world? All of these things that I have taken from Amy, because without her at work, I would be lost. Outside of work, we became really good friends and I'm so grateful for it. Every memory with Amy is funny, so to wrap them all up into this video, we'd be here all day. So I just want to say happy 30th. I'm so glad that I came to PS69 and now have you as a friend, and have the best day ever. And happy birthday, Jonathan, as well.
I remember we took a vacation to Puerto Rico with Amy and John, and at dinner I wanted to order a drink, so I ordered the rum and Coke. Amy, thanks for telling me it's actually called a rum and Coke. John, when you hit 1 year older in a couple weeks, I suggest you order like your favorite cousin from Chicago. Get that rum and Coke. Happy birthday.
I have so many fun memories of Jonathan, and half of which I can't even remember because I've been too drunk most of the time. But a couple that come to mind are when he does his Dunkin' Donuts Indian accent, where he goes, "Welcome to Dunkin' Donuts." And another funny one is when he asked if my spin class that started at noon was going to last until 5 p.m.
So I have to say that my fondest memory of Jonathan was that time he was over while Joss and Rachel were out wedding dress shopping. And we were talking about sports, and then he takes a seat over next to me on the couch and lightly caresses my face with his left hand, and the feeling of ecstasy just overcame me. And oh shit, that was just a dream. This is embarrassing. I guess in reality, though, my fondest memory of Jonathan was when he was over and we were about to go to Electric Zoo. He says to me, "Dustin, I accidentally did something a little homosexual last night." Proceeds to lift up his arms, and no hair.
One of my favorite memories with Amy is when we went to visit Alyssa back in law school a couple of years ago. It was Amy, myself, Alyssa, and Jamie. The whole weekend was a really great time. But probably the funniest and one of the most hysterical memories I have is the late night photo shoot that we took of Alyssa I will not give any of the details, but that's definitely a memory that I'll never forget, and we all had a great time together. Happy birthday, Aim. Let's go to Miami for your birthday.
We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist.
At camp, when I used to see siblings walking together, I'd shout out their last name to try to get them both to turn around. And the only ones that would turn around every time I did it were Aimee and Jonathan Dworkin. Happy birthday.
And my memories are that Aimee, pretty sure she taught me how to cheerlead on a sign-up day when I was a junior camper. And I always loved when Jonathan made funny announcements from the campus office, like Nutty's Relaxation Snack Station and Jason Hanman, please report to the tool shed. Happy birthday.
And Nana's favorite memory is when Jonathan dressed up as a giant tooth for Halloween. Happy birthday, guys!
Happy birthday to my two favorite twins in the entire world on their 30th birthday. My favorite memory of Aimee was when we walked up Snake Hill in 6 feet of snow just so we could meet up with the boys, which was really pathetic of us. And my favorite memory of Jonathan was when Alyssa's dad sang "I Think We're Alone Now" when we got back into her house. And I love you both, and happy birthday.
30th birthday, Aimee. I just want you to know I remember the day you were born. When Jared came home from the hospital, everybody had to wave from a different room while only the nurse was allowed to hold him. But when your mother walked in the door with you and Jonathan, she said, "Here, Mia, you take care of this one. I'll take care of that one." And you've grown and blossomed into a beautiful woman who has such a heart for children. And the way you handle yourself in the classroom, you are just a phenomenal teacher. I wish you all the luck and happiness in the world. As you turn 30, may you be blessed more and more by every person who loves you. Happy 30th birthday to my godson, Jonathan. Jonathan, I just want to thank you for that weekend in Puerto Rico where you taught my son how to smoke a cigar, gamble, and drink. I'm sure that was his first drink. And thanks for teaching him not to order a rum and Coke. Jonathan, I'm so proud of you for all you have accomplished, and you've picked a wonderful girl to marry. I'm just so happy for the two of you, and I wish you a very, very happy birthday and many, many more.
My favorite memory of Aimee is when I went to Staten Island for the second time to meet the family, and she started quizzing me on my multiplication tables, and I was already nervous as is, and I remember I could not recall what 9 times 6 was, which I now know is 54.
Hi Aimee, hi Jonathan, happy birthday, I love you both. We've all been friends for so long that it's really hard to pick one memory, but if I had to pick one, for Jonathan, it would be just the fact that for the 20-something years that we've been friends, you've never called me by my first name. Every time I see you or text you or anything, it's always Yo Fazio. I'm not even sure if you know my first name. Aimee, I cannot narrow down to one memory, so I would have to say our freshman year of college was my favorite time together. We spent every waking second together, and we stayed out till 4 o'clock in the morning every night during the week, like complete degenerates, and had to be in school every day by 9 o'clock, and we did it together, and we made it through. And I love you so much. You're my best friend, and 30 is going to be amazing for you. Happy birthday. I love you both.
My favorite memory of Jonathan and Aimee was when we were kids. I had slept over and come down from upstairs to have breakfast. Jared was downstairs first, having bagels and orange juice. What we all did not know at the time was that Jared neglected to put the cap on the top of the orange juice. So we sit down to eat, we're eating, the orange juice gets passed to Jonathan. Lo and behold, Jonathan doesn't realize that the cap is not on the orange juice. He then proceeds to shake the orange juice like any normal person would do. What happens? Orange juice goes flying all over the place. Jonathan begins to cry hysterically, and Aimee and I are laughing hysterically. And that's my favorite memory of Jonathan and Aimee.
Yo, Jonathan, happy birthday. I know we've shared many memories in the past, everything from asking where Yaya and Shalimi are, to being the biggest putzes, to having the best breakfasts and lunches and dinners we've had all day. My favorite memory, however, is actually the reason why I made this to give you for your 30th birthday present. It's a commemoration of the gold chain that I forget if it was you or I was wearing when you helped me become the most famous person ever at Camp Monroe to have never attended the camp. The story goes is I was visiting to play basketball. You saw me walking across campus and screamed out, "Yo, Tyler!" And that's when I became known as Yo, Tyler. So thanks for that, man.
Hi, Jonathan. Happy birthday. My favorite memory was when you came to St. Charles for my communion when I was in 2nd grade, and we all had macaroni and cheese and had a big sleepover with sleeping bags in the living room in our Timbers house. Can't believe you're already 30. We can't wait to see you this summer. Blake says hi. We love you. Dublin says hi too. Hi, Amy. Happy birthday from Blake and I. Blake wanted to tell you that his favorite memory was swimming in Aunt Barbara's pool with you. He had so much fun. Blake, say hi. Hi. And my favorite memory with you was eating rice in the kitchen with our hair in updos with salad dressing on it and baking cookies for Christmas one year. Can't believe you're already 30. Love you so much. Can't wait to see you this summer. Bye.
Hey guys, Jonathan. My favorite memory of you is when we went to the football game at Penn State and partied at Drew's fraternity, and that boy kept asking you if you went to school there, even though you told him probably about 15 times that you did not. But that's one of my favorite memories. And Amy, my favorite memory of you is dressing Jillian up in all your clothes and taking pictures, and then her repeatedly texting you and me having to put the kibosh on that one. But happy birthday, guys.
Continue being the same way you guys are. You're great kids, and congratulations. Happy birthday. Happy 30th, and many more.
So it's impossible to pick a favorite memory with Amy, since I have spent with Amy for the past 2 years 9, 10, 12 hours a day with her. So to survive this experience, we need to laugh. Amy is hilarious. I might be funny. So that's how we get through that. There's balls, there's garbage, there's ineffectiveness all day. And I love Amy. Jonathan, I only met you once, but I bet you are just hilarious.
Hello, Jonathan and Amy. I have a lot of memories of the two of you over the last 30 years. From growing up our entire lives together on Travis Avenue. And Reese would like to say something. Also going to the same sleepaway camp together, having dogs that were brothers with each other, living in the city with Jonathan in our 20s. I would have to say my favorite memory with Jonathan is going to Electric Daisy Carnival, where I think he matured, and I will say that that's probably a good reason why he met Rachel, so I'll pat myself on the back for that one. But overall, it's been a unbelievable 30 years of memories, and hopefully there will be 30 more years to come, or more. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We love you.
So take 32, and I'm hoping this is the last time I need to record this. My favorite memory of Amy, although I have millions, would have to be the night before my bridal shower at Above, when we had one of the most amazing nights ever. And we proceed to drive home. Amy's driving. We get pulled over. She gets out of the car. It's pouring rain, and Amy's hair gets completely frizzy. She's soaking wet, which is a sight that even as her best friend I have never seen before, because she never, ever, ever leaves the house without an umbrella. And then to top it all off, the following weekend when we went out to Above, another amazing night, was when I was driving, and again we got pulled over. It's just pretty ironic. And as for Jonathan, my most memorable memory, although it's not actually of you but rather about you, is when I was 4 years old in preschool, and the teacher asked me what my favorite part about preschool was, and I said my crush, Jonathan. And they said, what do you like to do with Jonathan? And I said, play blocks. Those are two of my favorite memories of both of you. I love you both so much and happy birthday.
Now, a message brought to you by Heinz Ketchup and Diet Coke. Very direct marketing. For your birthday, for Amy and Jonathan's 30th birthday, I've decided to list 30 things that remind me of Jonathan, Amy, and/or Jonathan and Amy. 1. Chinese food, sesame chicken, chicken nuggets, chicken nugget eating contest, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, teaching, Beanie Babies, accounting, snoring, the band, the baritone, ketchup, New Springville concession stand, spiky hair, big gold Jewish stars, pool Newcomb, being a cheerleader, being a cheerloser, Cuppy spot on the couch, Cuppy biting my feet at the kitchen table, saying girl in that weird voice like girl, you know what I mean, Cat Monroe, paging Jason Hammond to the toolbox, Marty Jannetty, Freckles, NBA Street, homemade potato chips, boy-girl sleepovers, and then there's this movie, I don't know, it really reminds me of John, I just can't think of it right now. Anyway, happy birthday!
My favorite story about Amy is we were all at Adam's house on Fire Island a few years ago, and we were all laying outside having fun. It was a beautiful day, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of my ear, I hear, Lauren, Lauren, and I ask everyone around me, hey, do you guys hear anything? And they're like, no, what are you talking about? You're crazy. They're like, probably some kids next door. And
No one knew she wasn't there.
I kept hearing, Lauren, Lauren, and then all of a sudden, I was like, it's coming from somewhere. It's coming from Adam's guest house. And it was, lo and behold, it was Amy calling for her favorite sister-in-law, just kidding, to come save her from being locked in the guest bathroom.
And Jonathan, I had to think really long and hard about this one. But I remember one time when we had the above ground pool and we were in it and we had that long skimmer with the long pole and the net. And we thought it was so cool that when you push the end piece down into the pool, that the water and the sun makes it look like it's bending, even though it's not. So we did it all over the pool in all different angles, and we ended up putting holes all over the floor of the pool and breaking the liner, and the water slowly started to drain and everything had to be replaced and fixed, and Mom and Dad wanted to kill us.
And they didn't put you up for adoption, so you're still here.
But they wanted to.
Mwah.
Hey, Jonathan, a long time ago, you're a little guy, and we're all sitting in the family room watching Peter Pan on TV, and everything is nice and quiet. We're all enjoying the movie, and all of a sudden you go flying out of the kitchen, through the living room, through the dining room, into the living room, and you go, I do. You go flying over the couch, onto the floor, and bingo, there you go, you broke your finger. And 20 minutes later, we're in the ER, and the funny part, when we walked into the ER, we told the nurse behind the desk that you were watching Peter Pan and you thought you could fly, and she sat you on a chair with two other Peter Pan boys that did the same thing as you did. So happy birthday.
Amy, do you remember when you were little and the only time you would join a team is if there was a costume or a uniform? And thinking back, you really never ever went anywhere alone with Dad. Dad was always with the boys and you were with me. Well, you decided to join the Brownies, and there was a father-daughter square dance. And you were so excited because you bought boots, you bought jeans, you bought a Western shirt, you bought a cowboy hat. You were just so excited because, number one, it was a costume, and number two, you're going to be dancing. So you got dressed on Saturday morning, stood in the living room, took pictures with Dad, and now it's time to leave. And all of a sudden, you have this paranoid, hysterical, frightening look like you're going to just literally die on the floor. And you looked at me, you said, am I allowed to go with him? And Dad and I got absolutely cracked up because we realized that you never went anywhere with him. So you see, you survived. Goodbye.
Hey, Amy, it was a nice day. About 5 o'clock in the morning, I was taking you for driving lessons, and you're in the car, we're driving, and you're doing very well. You're making turns, you're signaling, you're doing great. Everything is great. And I said, all right, Amy, let's try parking. And remember, it's about 5 in the morning, and you pull up next to a car to parallel park. Everything is good. And I said, all right, Amy, let's go. And you're sitting, and you back up about 5-6 feet, and you stop, and you're looking around and looking around and looking around. I said, Amy, what are you looking for? Let's park. She said, I'm looking for the pizza. I said, pizza? Amy, Where's pizza? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. What kind of pizza are you looking for? No, Dad, I'm looking for the pizza. And I'm looking around the house. I'm looking around the street. I open the window of the car. I'm looking all over for the pizza. And she says, no, the pizza. Look, and she shows me the side window of the car she's parking from. She means she has to get to a certain triangle, and she's looking for the pizza. I said, Amy, you don't need a pizza. I showed her how to park. She parked perfect, and everything was great. That's the driving story with Amy. One more thing. Remember you're making like a right turn off Forest Hill Road onto Rockland Avenue, and you made a nice right turn, nice and slow, but there's only one problem, Amy. If you got to straighten out the wheel, and my Jeep, you banged into the car on the corner and dented in the door. Happy birthday.
Amy and Jonathan, I've known you both for as long as I can remember, and I love you both so much. Amy, my fondest memory is a throwback to 5th grade when we both showed up to prom wearing the same dress, and also just every summer coming over and hanging out in the ool, not to be confused with the pool, because we know there's no pee in your pool. And whenever Jonathan comes home and we all get to hang out and have dinner with your family, it's kind of become a tradition. And Jonathan, my fondest memory, I don't even think I have to say because everyone knows what it is. It's one of those stories that we just tell and retell and laugh about it over and over. It happened at Jamie's house, and there was a big pile of blankets on the floor. And Jonathan comes in and feels the need to wind up his foot and kick the blanket with all his might. And of course, it wasn't just blankets, it was me under the pile. And I scream and everyone laughs. And it's one of those stories that we tell and retell, and I don't even know if it's that funny, but we think it's funny. So those are my fondest memories. I love you guys so much. Bye.
My favorite memory of Jonathan, aside from getting engaged, is our first date. He brought me to a restaurant with the strongest margaritas in all of New York City and proceeded to buy me 3 rounds without buying me any food, and I was starving, and I was obviously getting a little buzzed. So afterwards we went to go sing karaoke, and I was so drunk that we sang Grease Summer Loving, and I sang Danny's part and he sang Sandy's.
Hi, Jonathan. Sorry I have my glasses on, but my eyes are really puffy today from my allergies. But anyway, Rachel asked me to say a few things about you when you were a little boy. And there are several stories that come to mind because you were such a charming little devil. Do you remember the time you must have been about 2 and you wanted to do pee-pee in the toilet like Jared? So you went to the upstairs bathroom, lifted up the seat, and tried to reach the bowl, but you couldn't, and you fell into the toilet and left your teeth marks on the rim of the toilet. Or there's also the time when we had to have Kids R Us shut down, and the security guard there had to call Code Adam because we couldn't find you because you decided to hide underneath the girls' nightgowns. We were screaming your name, Jackie and I. Amy was crying. She thought you were lost. Jared was a wreck. Next thing I know, I hear a lady screaming, "Come here, come here. I see the pajamas moving." Sure enough, we moved the girls' nightgowns and pajamas, and there you are. And you said, "Here I are, I do hiding." Well, needless to say, that was your last time that you did hiding. Love you. Bye-bye.
The 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, "We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive." Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Oh, and one more important thing I forgot to say. Happy 30th birthday. Love you.